Hey, happy Friday to you. Oh man, how do you decant paint? And what does it mean? Well, it's simple. Now, as with everything in retentive me, I've got a system for it. Okay, so I'll take you through the steps that I use to do this. First off, you take your can, okay? Now, a metal bowl filled with hot water, and I mean hot water, okay? Out of the spigot, as hot as it's gonna come out. Fill it up, set it down, set the can in, which I just got done doing. And I didn't want to bore you with that aspect of it. So, now, I've got a metal container. You can also use a baby jar, glass, all right? I cleaned this out with lacquer thinner. Now, I got a 2-ounce jar here, okay? You want to fill that up partially with lacquer thinner. Shake it, dump it. Why? Because there could be dust and dirt in here, okay? Now, be aware of this also. On some of these airbrush jars, they put foam in here. Dumb. Peel it out. Now, in the 1-ounce jar, it's got the treated cardboard. Don't have to sweat it. So, first things first. A little bit of lacquer thinner. Shake it up. Set it off to the side, pour it in another jar. You can use that when you're shooting. Clean out the airbrush. Alright, so that's one. Now we're going to do the second one. A little bit. Put the lid on, shake it up. Now it's clean. Now, I'm going to turn the exhaust fan on when I'm doing this, okay? I'm not wearing a respirator because I got to talk to you while I'm doing it, and I don't want to sound like Kenny from South Park. You'll never understand a word I say. Well ventilated area, pair of gloves, and shake the living hell out of it. Okay? Now what you want to do, take the can at an angle and shoot it down.
And are you aiming for the side of it or toward the bottom?
You want it on the side of it, okay? Because that way it keeps it from splashing up. And that's why I wear the gloves anyways, okay? And Jake turned on the exhaust fan. Good idea. Alright, periodically, what you want to do, you want to dump it into the jar. You know what to do. Run in and grab one of the right-hand door, the cupboard, second shelf down, there's another 2-ounce jar. But generally speaking, what you get out of these is you get almost 4 ounces. Okay? Now, once you filled up your jars, what you want to do, you want to set it in a metal cabinet somewhere with the lid partially off. This allows the solvents to flash out. You're not going to be able to do what I'm doing right now and immediately start airbrushing because it's not going to work out for you. You want the solvents to flash out. Then you can hook it onto your airbrush and away you go. A lot of times I'll let it sit for like 24 hours. That way I'm sure that all the solvents have flashed out, and that way when I go to airbrush, I don't have to worry about that. Like I said, just take your time, but you gotta do what I just did cleaning the jars and everything else like that, because that ensures that you're not going to get any garbage in here. And the last thing that you want is to get gunk in here, because guess where it's going to go when you get done with it? It's going right on the surface of the pipe. Now you can hear we're almost done. There's another jar in there, in that first cabinet. Open it up, yeah. Should be like the second shelf down on the right in front of you. There we go.
There's stuff in it?
Yeah. That's got the pearl in it.
Is there another one in here?
What's that?
Is there another one in here?
No, that's it, kid. Okay, so let me caution you on one thing. Now, another thing too. Gotta clean this back out. And what I usually do, I just take a rag, stuff it in here. It's got the thinner, I got some thinner in here. And this way, it's clean for the next time. And that's all she wrote with that, that's clean. Okay, now, when you put this in, just let the lid sit like this, okay? And that way, it allows it to flash out, okay? The solvents flash out. Let it sit for, I don't know, I always let it sit for about 24 hours, okay? That way, I know for sure that the solvent is gone, and I'm not going to be getting bubbles spitting through the airbrush. Once it's flashed, tighten the lid on it, okay? Now, I will caution you something, okay? Don't let this sit for a couple days, because what's going to happen, it's gonna harden up, it's gonna gum up. Can you save it? Yeah, you throw a little bit of lacquer thinner in there, and you know, you're copacetic. My suggestion, do this within a 24-hour period of time. That way you know that it's flashed out. And say you do this on a Monday and you're planning on airbrushing on Tuesday morning, the solvents have all flashed out. You immediately bring it over and everything's prepped up. This is already prepared. Get your body, soak it, scrub it up with a Dawn dish detergent, and then blow it off with compressed air and immediately start laying this down. Now this is the best way I know of how to decant. Is it the only way? No, it's not. But this way always works for me because it's clean and you're controlling your environment. It's not like you're in and you're just spraying it with a hose on it or anything else like that. Some guys go so far as to put a hole in the bottom of the can. Now you don't have to just do this with clear. You can do this with any model paint. I can't say anything about some of the other paints that people use because I don't use them. But this is the best way to do this with the model paint. You can do this with the Tamiya, you can do this with the testers, etc., etc. If it's model paint, you can do it, and you do exactly what I just did, whether it be clear or whether it be color. You're in hose. As I said, just be aware that you need to let this sit off to the side to allow the solvents to flash out. Once they've sat there for anywhere between 12 to 24, I go with 24 because I'm always trying to practice CYA. You want to take it and then immediately have everything prepared and then you shoot it on. So that's how I decant. I hope this helps. And happy Friday to you from Jake and I from Lone Wolf Custom Painting. God bless. Have a great week. We'll see you next Friday.